Ever wondered if we are living in the end times? A chilling question, isn't it? It seems we humans have always been fascinated by the idea of the world's end. The concept isn't new, it's as old as civilization itself, and it has found its way into the psyche and stories of various cultures throughout human history. Let's take a journey back in time. The ancient Norse people had their own end-of-the-world prophecy called Ragnarok, a great battle leading to the death of many major figures and the submersion of the world in water. Or consider the Greeks, who believed in an apocalyptic event called ekpyrosis, where the cosmos would be consumed by an all-engulfing inferno. Religions too have been fertile ground for end-times prophecies. Christianity speaks of the Book of Revelation, a doomsday scenario complete with the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Islam also talks about the Day of Judgment, when the world will come to a cataclysmic end. In more recent times, we've had our fair share of doomsday predictions. Remember the Mayan calendar prediction for December 2012? It was believed that the world would end because the Mayans' long count calendar ended on that date. Or how about the Y2K scare, when people feared that computers would crash, causing widespread chaos because they weren't programmed to handle the year 2000? These predictions have come and gone, and yet, here we are. We've survived Ragnarok, outlasted ekpyrosis, and the 4 horsemen haven't shown up yet. The Mayan calendar scare turned out to be a misunderstanding, and the Y2K bug was squashed before it could wreak havoc. But what if we told you that the end times aren't as far as we thought? What if the signs are already here and we're just not paying attention? The thought is certainly sobering, but before you start building your doomsday bunker, let's delve deeper into the science behind these predictions in our next scene. Let's delve into the realm of science. What are the scientific theories about the end of the world? Firstly, we have climate change. Evidence shows that the Earth's climate is rapidly changing, largely due to human activities. Rising temperatures, melting ice caps, and extreme weather events are all signs of a warming planet. If we continue on our current path, scientists warn of catastrophic consequences. Coastal cities could be underwater due to rising sea levels, extreme heat waves could make certain regions uninhabitable, and wildlife could face mass extinction. Next on our list of potential world enders is an asteroid impact. A giant space rock colliding with the Earth has happened before, and it could happen again. The asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs around 65 million years ago was about 6 miles wide. If a similar-sized asteroid were to hit Earth today, it could potentially cause a mass extinction event, ending life as we know it. Lastly, let's consider pandemics. The current COVID-19 outbreak has shown us just how vulnerable we are to viral diseases. Imagine a virus far more deadly and contagious than COVID-19. It's a chilling thought, but it's a possibility that scientists have warned us about. A pandemic of that scale could potentially wipe out a significant portion of the population. Now, it's important to remember that these are all theoretical possibilities. The chances of any of these events occurring within our lifetime are extremely low. Scientists study these scenarios not to scare us but to prepare us. By understanding the potential dangers, we can take steps to prevent them and mitigate their effects. So, science does paint a grim picture, but remember, these are just theories. For now, let's focus on the things we can change, like slowing down climate change and preventing the spread of diseases, because at the end of the day, our actions today will determine the world of tomorrow. But not everyone is convinced that the end is nigh. Let's hear what the skeptics have to say. In a world where doom and gloom often dominate the headlines, there remains a resilient group of skeptics who question the certainty of our planet's impending demise. They argue that humanity has a strong track record of overcoming adversity. Throughout our history, we've faced numerous threats to our existence, from ice ages and pandemics to world wars and nuclear standoffs. Yet here we are, still standing, still thriving. The skeptics point out that our ability to adapt and innovate is what sets us apart. They remind us of the Y2K bug, when we feared that a simple computer glitch might send us spiraling into chaos. But our technological prowess saved the day. We've come a long way since then, and our technological advancements continue at an unprecedented pace. Consider our progress in understanding and combating diseases. We've eradicated smallpox, we're on the brink of eliminating polio, and we've developed vaccines for a novel coronavirus in record time. These achievements are a testament to our capacity for innovation and resilience. They also highlight our advancements in environmental technology. Solar and wind energy are becoming more efficient and more widely adopted. Electric vehicles are on the rise, and we're finding new ways to reduce, reuse, and recycle our waste. We're even exploring the possibilities of colonizing other planets. The skeptics don't deny the challenges we face. They acknowledge the seriousness of climate change, the threat of nuclear warfare, and the potential for global pandemics. But they believe in our ability to confront these challenges head-on and find solutions. They argue that the notion of an impending apocalypse is more a reflection of our fears than a prediction based on facts. It's a narrative that can be paralyzing, preventing us from taking action to shape our future. Instead, they encourage us to focus on our potential for growth, innovation, and adaptation. So, the skeptics make a compelling argument. But what does the evidence suggest? Are we really living in the end times? Let's take a look at the current state of our world, and how it aligns with the theories we've discussed. We're in the midst of a global climate crisis. Our planet is getting warmer, ice caps are melting and sea levels are rising. Extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and more severe. This certainly seems to fit the bill of the environmental degradation that many end times theories predict. Then there's the recent pandemic that swept across the globe, bringing societies to their knees. The world hadn't seen a health crisis of this magnitude in over a century. It's easy to see why some might view this as a sign of the end times, but let's not forget the rapid advancements in technology. In the last decade alone, we've seen the emergence of artificial intelligence, autonomous vehicles, and even plans for human colonization of Mars. Some theorists might argue that this technological leap is leading us to a point of singularity, a moment when artificial intelligence will surpass human intelligence, potentially leading to unforeseen consequences. However, it's important to remember that while these factors may align with some theories, they are not definitive proof of an impending apocalypse. In fact, we are actively working to mitigate these threats. For instance, countries across the globe are taking steps to combat climate change by moving towards renewable energy sources and implementing policies to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. In the face of the pandemic, scientists around the world collaborated to develop vaccines in record time, demonstrating our ability to respond to global crises. And as for technology, while it certainly poses new challenges, it also offers solutions to many of the problems we face, from healthcare to environmental conservation. So while the evidence might seem alarming, it's not all doom and gloom. We have the capacity for change, and the ability to shape our own destiny. It's up to us to ensure that this decade isn't the end of the world, but rather, the beginning of a new era of sustainable and harmonious coexistence. So, is this the end of the world? Let's find out. We've journeyed together through the labyrinth of theories, science, skepticism, and evidence. We've peeked into the abyss and dared to ask the question, are we living in the end times? The answer, as you've seen, is not a simple yes or no. It's a kaleidoscope of perspectives, each colored by its own unique blend of facts and beliefs, fears and hopes. Every theory we've examined, every piece of evidence we've scrutinized, paints a different picture of our future. The science suggests that we are indeed facing unprecedented challenges. Climate change, resource depletion, and the threat of nuclear war loom large in our collective consciousness. The skeptics, on the other hand, remind us that we've been here before. Humanity has stared down the barrel of extinction numerous times, only to find a way to survive and thrive. But what does all this mean for us? Are we doomed to perish in a self-inflicted apocalypse, or will we rise above our problems and carve out a future for ourselves? The truth is, we're a resilient species. We've survived ice ages, plagues, and wars. We've adapted to new environments, invented technologies to overcome obstacles, and built civilizations out of the wilderness. We're survivors, and if history is any guide, we'll find a way to navigate the challenges of our time. However, this doesn't mean we can afford to be complacent. The problems we face are real and urgent. If we're to survive and thrive in the coming decades, we need to face these challenges head-on. We need to innovate, adapt, and work together like never before. So, is this the end of the world? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain, we won't go down without a fight.